Hello, and welcome back to Ambition Focus. I'm so glad you're here today. If you're new to our channel, WeShare.com, caring health advice that you can trust. And if you're returning, thank you for being part of our community. Today, we're going to talk about something that affects so many of us as we get older. It's called inflammation. Now, you might have heard this word from your doctor, or maybe you've felt it yourself. Those achy joints in the morning? That stiffness that makes it harder to get out of your favorite chair, or even that tiredness that just won't go away. These can all be signs that inflammation is happening inside your body. But here's the good news. The foods you eat every single day can help calm that inflammation down, and that's exactly what we're going to explore together. So get comfortable, maybe grab a cup of tea, and let's discover how the right foods can help you feel better, move easier, and enjoy your days more fully. Before we talk about the foods, let me explain what inflammation really is. And don't worry, I'm going to keep this simple and clear. Think of inflammation like your body's fire alarm. When you get a cut or catch a cold, your body sends out helpers to protect you and start healing. You might notice redness, warmth, or swelling. That's inflammation doing its job. And that's actually a good thing. It means your body is working to keep you healthy. But sometimes, that alarm doesn't turn off. It keeps ringing even when there's no real danger. This is called chronic inflammation. It's like having a fire alarm that goes off all day long, even when there's no fire. And over time, this constant alarm can wear your body down. Chronic inflammation has been linked to many health concerns that become more common as we age. Things like arthritis, where your joints hurt and feel stiff. Heart concerns, where your blood vessels don't work as smoothly as they should. Even memory problems can sometimes be connected to inflammation. It can also make you feel tired all the time, like you're carrying around extra weight that you can't see. The wonderful thing is that what you put on your plate 3 times a day can make a real difference. Food can be like a gentle helper that tells that fire alarm to calm down and rest. Let's start with something you've probably heard since you were a child. Eat your vegetables! But now we know exactly why this advice is so important, especially for fighting inflammation. The most powerful vegetables for calming inflammation are the ones with the brightest, deepest colors. Think of dark leafy greens like spinach and kale. Picture deep purple eggplant, bright red tomatoes, and orange sweet potatoes. These beautiful colors aren't just pretty to look at. They come from special natural compounds that work like tiny firefighters inside your body. Spinach and kale are particularly wonderful. They're packed with something called antioxidants. Now, that's a big word. But think of antioxidants as little shields that protect your cells from damage. When you eat a nice serving of spinach, either cooked or in a fresh salad, you're giving your body thousands of these protective shields. Tomatoes deserve special mention here. They contain something called lycopene, which is especially good at fighting inflammation. And here's a helpful tip. Cooking tomatoes actually makes the lycopene easier for your body to absorb. So a warm bowl of homemade tomato soup isn't just comforting, it's also helping reduce inflammation. Sweet potatoes are another gem. They're naturally sweet, easy to digest, and full of nutrients that calm inflammation. You can bake them, mash them, or even add them to soups. They're gentle on your stomach and powerful in fighting that unwanted inflammation. The goal isn't to force yourself to eat vegetables you don't like. It's about finding the colorful ones you enjoy and eating them regularly. Even adding 1 extra serving of vegetables to your daily meals can start making a difference. Next, let's talk about one of nature's most delicious medicines. Berries. These little gems are among the most powerful inflammation fighters you can find at your grocery store. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries are all excellent choices. What makes them so special is that they're loaded with compounds called flavonoids. These work in your body to reduce inflammation and protect your cells from damage. Studies have shown that people who eat berries regularly often have lower levels of inflammation markers in their blood. That means the inflammation is actually going down in a way that doctors can measure. The beauty of berries is how easy they are to enjoy. You can eat them fresh as a snack. Add them to your morning oatmeal or yogurt. Blend them into a smoothie or keep frozen berries in your freezer for convenience. Frozen berries are just as nutritious as fresh ones, and they're available all year round. A handful of berries each day is all you need to start seeing benefits. That's about half a cup. Not very much at all, is it? And if fresh berries are expensive where you live, remember that frozen berries work just as well and usually cost less. Here's something lovely. Berries don't just help with inflammation, they're also good for your memory and brain health. So, while they're calming inflammation, they're also helping you stay sharp and clear-minded. Now we come to something that might already be part of your diet. Fish. But not just any fish. We're talking about fatty fish. And I promise you, this is the good kind of fat. Salmon, mackerel, sardines, and tuna are what we call fatty fish. They contain something called omega-3 fatty acids. These are special fats that your body needs but can't make on its own. You have to get them from food. Omega-3 South are remarkable for fighting inflammation. They work in your body almost like natural medicine, helping to reduce swelling, ease joint pain, and protect your heart. Many doctors recommend eating fatty fish at least twice a week. Salmon is probably the most popular choice, and for good reason. It tastes mild, it's easy to cook, and it's widely available. You can bake it with a little lemon and herbs, or even buy canned salmon if that's easier for you. Canned salmon still has all those beneficial omega-3 South. Sardines might not sound as appealing, but they're actually incredibly nutritious and quite affordable. They come in cans, so they're convenient, and they last a long time in your pantry. Some people enjoy them on whole grain crackers or mixed into a salad. If you're not a fan of fish, or if it's hard to get where you live, you might consider fish oil supplements. But it's always better to get your nutrients from real food when you can. The act of eating a meal with fish gives your body many other beneficial nutrients beyond just the omega-3 South. One more thing about fatty fish. They're also excellent sources of vitamin D, which many older adults don't get enough of. Vitamin D works together with omega-3 South to reduce inflammation even more effectively. Let's move on to something you can easily keep in your kitchen and snack on any time. Nuts and seeds. These small foods pack an enormous nutritional punch. Almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, and flax seeds are particularly good for fighting inflammation. They contain healthy fats, fiber, protein, and many vitamins and minerals that work together to calm inflammation in your body. Walnuts deserve special attention. They're one of the best plant sources of omega-3 fatty acids. Remember, those are the same beneficial fats we found in salmon. So if you don't eat much fish, walnuts are an excellent alternative. Just a small handful each day can help reduce inflammation. Almonds are wonderful too. They're rich in vitamin E, which is a powerful antioxidant. Vitamin E helps protect your cells and reduce inflammation throughout your body. Almonds make a perfect mid-afternoon snack, or you can sprinkle sliced almonds on your oatmeal or salad. Now, chia seeds and flax seeds might be new to some of you. They're tiny seeds that you can add to many foods. They don't have much taste on their own, so they won't change the flavor of your meals. You can stir a spoonful of chia seeds into yogurt, oatmeal, or even a glass of water. Flax seeds work best when they're ground up, and you can add them to smoothies or sprinkle them on cereal. The key with nuts and seeds is portion control. They're calorie-dense, which means a small amount has quite a few calories. But you don't need much to get the benefits. A small handful, about a quarter cup, is perfect for most people. Here's something that might already be sitting in your kitchen cupboard: olive oil, especially extra virgin olive oil. Many people call it liquid gold, and for good reason. Extra virgin olive oil contains a compound called olein. This natural substance works in your body similarly to ibuprofen, the common pain reliever. It helps reduce inflammation naturally, without any side effects. The Mediterranean diet, which is famous for being one of the healthiest diets in the world, uses olive oil as its main source of fat. People who follow this diet tend to have less inflammation and lower rates of heart disease and other chronic conditions. Using olive oil is wonderfully simple. Drizzle it over your salads instead of regular salad dressing. Use it for light cooking, though not for very high heat. You can dip whole grain bread in it, or use it to roast vegetables. It adds a lovely, subtle flavor to foods. When you're shopping for olive oil, look for bottles that say extra virgin. This means the oil was made without using heat or chemicals, so it keeps more of its beneficial compounds. Yes, good olive oil can be a bit expensive, but remember that a little goes a long way. One bottle can last quite a while. Here's a gentle reminder though. Olive oil is still oil, which means it's high in calories. You don't need to pour huge amounts on everything. A tablespoon or two in your daily cooking is plenty to get the inflammation-fighting benefits. Let's talk about bread, rice, and other grain foods. There's been a lot of confusion about carbohydrates lately, but here's what you need to know. Not all carbs are the same, and the right kind can actually help reduce inflammation. Whole grains are the key. These include foods like brown rice, quinoa, whole wheat bread, and oatmeal. The word whole means the entire grain is still intact, with all its natural fiber and nutrients. Fiber is incredibly important for fighting inflammation. It helps your digestive system work smoothly, and it feeds the good bacteria in your gut. You might not realize this, but having healthy gut bacteria is directly connected to having less inflammation throughout your whole body. Oatmeal is a wonderful way to start your morning. It's comforting, easy to digest, and full of a special kind of fiber that helps lower inflammation. You can top it with berries and nuts for an even more powerful inflammation-fighting breakfast. Brown rice is another excellent choice. It takes a bit longer to cook than white rice, but it has so much more nutrition. All those vitamins and minerals that are removed to make white rice are still there in brown rice, helping to protect your body from inflammation. When you're shopping, look at bread and pasta labels carefully. You want to see whole wheat or whole grain as the first ingredient. If it just says wheat flour, that's not the same thing. That's processed flour that's lost most of its beneficial fiber, making the switch from white bread to whole grain bread. Or from white rice to brown rice is one of the simplest changes you can make that will have a real impact on inflammation. Now we're going to talk about two special spices that have been used as natural remedies for thousands of years: turmeric and ginger. These aren't just for adding flavor to food. They're powerful inflammation fighters. Turmeric is a bright yellow spice that's commonly used in curry dishes. It contains a compound called curcumin, which is one of the strongest natural anti-inflammatory substances known. Many studies have shown that curcumin can be as effective as some anti-inflammatory medications, but without the side effects. The challenge with turmeric is that your body doesn't absorb it very easily on its own. But here's a helpful trick. If you eat turmeric with black pepper, your body can absorb it much better. The compound in black pepper helps the curcumin get into your bloodstream. You can add turmeric to soups, stews, rice dishes, or even scrambled eggs. Some people like to make golden milk, which is warm milk with turmeric, a touch of honey, and a little black pepper. It's soothing and comforting, especially before bed. Ginger is another wonderful spice for fighting inflammation. It's been used for centuries to help with digestion and to reduce pain and swelling. Fresh ginger root has a warm, slightly spicy taste that many people find pleasant. You can make ginger tea by simmering sliced fresh ginger in hot water for about 10 minutes. Add a bit of honey if you like it sweeter. This tea can be especially helpful if you have joint pain or stiffness. Many people find it soothing to sip warm ginger tea in the evening. Both turmeric and ginger are safe for most people, but if you're taking blood-thinning medications, talk to your doctor first, as these spices can affect how your blood clots. Let's talk about something you can sip throughout your day. Green tea. This ancient beverage has been valued for its health benefits for thousands of years, and modern science has confirmed that it's particularly good at fighting inflammation. Green tea contains powerful antioxidants called catechins. These compounds work throughout your body to reduce inflammation and protect your cells from damage. The most important of these is called EGCG, but you don't need to remember that name. Just know that green tea is doing good things for your health with every sip. Studies have shown that people who drink green tea regularly tend to have lower levels of inflammation in their body. Some research suggests it might even help protect against certain chronic conditions that are linked to inflammation. The wonderful thing about green tea is that it can become a peaceful part of your daily routine. Making a cup of tea, sitting down with it, and taking a few moments to relax. This ritual itself is good for you. Stress increases inflammation. So anything that helps you feel calm and peaceful is helping your body heal. If you're sensitive to caffeine, don't worry. Green tea has much less caffeine than coffee. Most people can enjoy it without any jittery feelings. And you can always choose decaffeinated green tea if regular green tea keeps you awake. To get the most benefit, aim for 2 to 3 cups of green tea throughout your day. You can drink it plain or add a slice of lemon, which actually helps your body absorb more of those beneficial compounds. Some people like to add a little honey for sweetness. One tip, don't pour boiling water directly over your green tea bag. Let the water cool for a minute or two first. Very hot water can make green tea taste bitter and can actually destroy some of those helpful Here's a category of foods that might not get as much attention as some others, but they're absolute champions when it comes to fighting inflammation. Beans and legumes. This includes kidney beans, black beans, lentils, chickpeas, and many others. These foods are loaded with fiber, which, as we talked about earlier, is crucial for reducing inflammation. They're also rich in protein, vitamins, and minerals. And they have compounds called polyphenols that work directly to calm inflammation in your body. One of the best things about beans is how affordable and versatile they are. A can of beans costs very little and can be the foundation of a healthy, satisfying meal. You can add them to soups, make them into a side dish, toss them in salads, or mash them up for dips like hummus. Lentils are particularly wonderful. They cook faster than most beans. They're easy to digest, and they're packed with nutrition. A simple lentil soup made with vegetables and a bit of olive oil is like medicine in a bowl. It's warming, filling, and full of inflammation-fighting ingredients. If beans sometimes cause you digestive discomfort, here are a few tips. Rinse canned beans thoroughly before using them. This washes away some of the compounds that can cause gas. Start with small portions and gradually increase them as your body adjusts. And consider trying lentils first, as they tend to be gentler on the digestive system. The fiber in beans does more than just fight inflammation. It helps keep your blood sugar steady, supports healthy cholesterol levels, and keeps your digestive system working well. All of these things become more important as we get older. Try to include beans or legumes in your meals several times a week. They're a traditional food in many cultures around the world, and there's a reason they've been valued for so long. They're simply good for you. Here's some news that might make you smile. Dark chocolate can actually help fight inflammation. Yes! You read that right. Chocolate can be part of a healthy diet that reduces inflammation. Before you get too excited though, let me explain what kind of chocolate we're talking about. It needs to be dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa content. The higher the cocoa percentage, the more beneficial compounds it contains and the less sugar it has. Dark chocolate contains flavonoids, the same type of beneficial compounds found in berries. These flavonoids help reduce inflammation and protect your blood vessels. Some studies have shown that eating a small amount of dark chocolate regularly can help improve heart health and reduce inflammation markers. The key word here is small amount. We're talking about 1 or 2 squares of dark chocolate, not a whole bar. That's about 1 ounce. This small portion gives you the benefits without too much sugar or too many calories. If you've only ever eaten milk chocolate, dark chocolate might taste quite different at first. It's less sweet and has a deeper, richer flavor. Start with 70% dark chocolate, and as you get used to it, you might even enjoy chocolates with higher cocoa content. You can enjoy your daily square of dark chocolate as an afternoon treat, or let it melt slowly in your mouth after dinner. Some people like to have it with a cup of green tea. The combination of dark chocolate and green tea gives you a double dose of those inflammation-fighting. Remember, we're talking about quality over quantity here. 1 or 2 squares of good dark chocolate each day can be a delicious part of your inflammation-fighting diet. Now that we've talked about all these wonderful foods, you might be wondering how to fit them all into your daily life. The good news is, you don't have to eat everything we've discussed every single day. Let's think about this in a simple, practical way. Imagine building your day around a few key choices. Start your morning with a bowl of oatmeal, topped with berries, and a sprinkle of ground flaxseed. That's already 3 inflammation-fighting foods in one meal. Have a cup of green tea with your breakfast, or for lunch, think about a colorful salad with lots of leafy greens, tomatoes, and chickpeas, dressed with olive oil and lemon juice, or a bowl of lentil soup with whole grain bread. These meals are simple, satisfying, and packed with ingredients that calm inflammation. As an afternoon snack, reach for a small handful of walnuts or almonds. Maybe enjoy a square of dark chocolate with another cup of green tea. For dinner, try baked salmon with roasted sweet potatoes and steamed broccoli, or a vegetable stir-fry with brown rice. These aren't complicated meals. They're straightforward, home-cooked food that happens to be excellent for fighting inflammation. The pattern you'll notice is that we're focusing on whole, real foods. Foods that come from nature, not from a factory. When you build your meals around vegetables, fruits, whole grains, fish, nuts, and healthy oils like olive oil, you're automatically eating an inflammation-fighting diet. You don't need to be perfect. If you eat these kinds of foods most of the time, you're doing wonderfully. One meal at a time, one day at a time, you're taking care of your body and giving it what it needs to feel better. As we come to the end of our time together today, I want to leave you with some thoughts to carry forward. Inflammation is something that affects most of us as we get older. Those aches, that stiffness, that tiredness, they're real, and they matter. But you have more power than you might think to help your body heal and feel better. Every meal is an opportunity. Every time you choose a handful of berries over a processed snack, every time you cook with olive oil instead of butter, every time you enjoy a cup of green tea, you're making a choice that supports your health. These small choices add up day by day, week by week, until they become a way of life. The beautiful thing about fighting inflammation with food is that these same foods also support your heart, your brain, your immune system, and your overall vitality. You're not just reducing inflammation, you're nourishing your whole body and giving yourself the best chance to enjoy these precious years. Remember, you don't have to change everything at once. Start with 1 or 2 foods that appeal to you. Maybe you'll add berries to your breakfast, or you'll try cooking with turmeric. As these become habits, you can gradually add more inflammation-fighting foods to your routine. Be patient with yourself. Your body has been with you for many years, and it deserves your kindness and care. Treat it gently. Feed it well. Give it the nutrition it needs to heal and thrive. If you found this information helpful today, we'd love for you to subscribe to Ambition Focus. We're here each week with calm, trustworthy advice to help you live your healthiest, most vibrant life. Until next time, take good care of yourself. Your health matters. You matter. And with each nourishing meal, you're choosing to feel better, move easier, and embrace each day with renewed energy and hope. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Be well, and I'll see you in the next video.